We are on the last 3 floors of the Tower of Trials. Floor 28 is against Red Tarmiel. What do we know? Well, it's a 4-man battle, it looks like. Auto is on. We're going to turn that off. Actually, it could probably be autoable. Looks like we can't target him, so we're going to go for some middle guys. I don't know, throw out some AoEs maybe, throw up a counter. Use a pretty standard Angel team. Let's see how this goes. Pretty good damage. Tarmiel has his classic recovery, so he might be pretty difficult to get through. Maybe Infects, an Infect team would be pretty good. Somebody that uses Infects, Demon team maybe. Unknowns, actually that'd be pretty good too. What else? I mean, that kind of wraps it up for, you know, core Infect users. I guess also Rim doesn't really fit on the Unknown team anymore, but he does have pretty good Infect. Stance from Sariel's okay. It doesn't really do that good enough. Doesn't really do good damage, but it's tacking on some debuffs, I guess. So let's see. Can we pop something here? Ooh, Liz might be able to. She's got her passive from the Sariel stance. So let's see her AoE. 845. That's pretty good. Wow, that was actually terrible. 185. I was expecting a lot more out of you. I guess that's fine. He isn't healing as much as I thought he would. He's only half health, so that's pretty good. We're critting on the stances, or the counterattacks. So maybe Merlin Link actually isn't terrible. Terrible idea. These guys must have really low crit resistance. And they attack like 6 times a turn, jeez. I wonder, I'm not really seeing anything particular about this floor. You've got a million passives, which I feel like half of them we're kind of covering. I don't know, he doesn't seem that difficult. We're gonna kill with that and then throw out some single targets. We are ignited. He could have a revive. I think classic passive is reduced damage from ultimate moves, and then also a revive, so we'll see if he comes up here. Nope, that was it. Yeah, that was pretty standard. I don't think that was too difficult. I couldn't even tell you what all of the passives here are, but that is floor 28, so we will move on. Floor 29 is going to be against Margaret. Now, this floor revolves around getting buffs, so it's kind of annoying. We don't want to stay on this floor for too long because they will eventually be very difficult to kill. Now, the idea here is every time we attack, we are going to get, or they are going to get a stat increase. It is an attack increase, I believe, plus 5% right there. So that buff's going to go down on everybody. We got a really good start. Kizuna merge, and with her rank up, thanks to her relic, we have a gold buff. So we're looking good. What we want to do now is obviously get attacked a bunch, and hopefully Melee turns on his true magic right there. And it looks like we have a merger here, so we can hit a rank 3 and see if we can one-shot. But the idea with this is they're going to get buffs. They're going to deal more damage per buff they have. They're going to take less damage per buff they have, and we will deal less damage per buff they have. They take less damage from light units, so no angels, and they also take less damage from ults. So ult rushing don't work, angels don't work, and once they hit 3 buffs at the start of their turn, they're going to turn these all into all stat increases. So unless you play around with buff removal, you're going to be here for a long time. You really just want to one-shot with Berg Melee, I think, once his true magic is on. It's 4 million. I mean, I don't know. This is a very easy floor if you can do it like this. Otherwise, you're going to need to play around buff removal units like King, Trader Melee, Scotty, things like that. But moving on. We are at the final floor of it all. Level 30 with Sariel. Now, this floor, like most others, can be brute forced. We have the traditional brute force team with Kizuna over Margaret nowadays, and she's much better in these kinds of situations. The floor isn't anything crazy. You don't want to kill you want to kill everything at the same time, basically. If you leave something alive, they get like a double stat boost, right? So it's pretty standard that you usually kill the minions, and then he's not hiding anymore. You go for him with Sariel. He'll have a very, very large stat increase. So what we're gonna do is see if we can do a one-shot with this style of team. We're gonna build up King ult. We're going to get a gold Kizuna buff and get the attack-related stat buff from her relic and see if King will one-shot. That's pretty much the name of the game. One shot away. I think if they ult us, I think they reduce their our gauge, so we don't want to get ulted. I don't think we can debuff with Gother though, so that'll be tough. And it's either actually, it might be an AoE or a single target. Something reduces the gauge. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure if that's figured out exactly. It could be. We can get ult right here. I think the attack-related buff lasts 2 turns, so we're gonna do a little bit of attacking and ranking up. Because that'll hit Kizuna to 2nd level on her buff. I could rank it up as well. And we have King Relic, which I think works when there's a shield active. That'll increase the damage we deal. I don't have an additional King attack, but I am also going to go in on the Sariel and not let him ult. So I think our next play is just rank up Kizuna and then ult with King. And we'll see what that looks like. It's nice. Okay, the region's crazy, first of all. But they do all have a attack-related buff, so we are going to strip that with King here. Do a little bit of extra damage. Trader Melly probably works because he does have stance removal, I believe, on his ult. 1 million. That's pretty good. So it somehow doesn't kill the side adds, but it destroys Sariel. So since there's not going to be one single Sariel left, these guys won't have their stats doubled as long as we don't leave one alive by itself. So I guess we'll just take turns with King and Kizuna and just kind of spam some AoEs. Try to get them to die together. I mean, honestly, at this point, if they... Okay, it only took 1 attack. If I did have the extra attack, then it probably would have just did it on the last turn, but that is all of the floors now. And the tower is going to be leaving, so hopefully you guys get everything done that you can in time, because I don't know if there's going to be a reset, but that is 28, 29, 30. If you guys like to drop a thummy, maybe save if you're into that, and I'll see you in the next one.